Indiana Fever come out with a huge win at home against the Atlanta Dream. Now, the one thing that I've said before is that no team is on the mountaintop. As I see it, all of these teams can be beat in the WNBA playoffs. There is nobody that, in my opinion, is the dominant team that can just take it all away. I just don't see it. The Aces lost. Um, New York has got injuries. Minnesota has had their issues. Atlanta tears into Indiana in the first game. Indiana at home just tears Atlanta a new one. So, like I've said before, all you got to do is get to the playoffs. Once you get here, everybody's back in the starting blocks. Everybody starts in the same spot, and you got to even shot like everybody else. So now all the Fever got to do is play like they did last night in the next game. Indiana had Atlanta frustrated. Frustrated. We're going to get into Aliyah Gray. I'm tired of hearing how much these players are dogs, and then you let a fan get inside your head and make you crash out on the court to the point where your teammates got to console you as you walk into the bench. You don't get a foul, you throw in your glasses. Come on, part of being a professional is blocking out the outside noise and doing what you need to do, because every night your shots are not going to fall. So you got to find a better way to be successful, get involved, and contribute. And last night, never thought I would see Aliyah Gray crash out like that, because in my opinion, she's one of the better players in the league, period. So to see her go out like that was very surprising to me. And again, if somebody in the fans or in the stands or somebody or on the court, because you got to remember in those type of arenas, if you when you own the floor seats, when you in floor seats, you hear everything on the court, and everybody on the court can hear you. But also remember, and I've said this before, for the last time a situation like this happened, when you are in a place like Gainbridge Arena, that's the same place that the the Pacers play. So that is a NBA facility. So you have all of the technology and the security of an NBA arena. So I'm sure there are mics all over the place. I am sure that there are cameras all over the place. And if a fan courtside said something that egregious, it'd have been more people to hear it. It'll definitely be on tape, and they can be able to take the appropriate actions. But the fact you can't crash out in the middle of a game, I'll say it like that. So miss me with all of the we dogs and all of that type of stuff. That's the type of stuff you got to deal with. But I digress. Back to the Fever. They played a phenomenal game. Kelsey Mitchell has been clutch as usual. Kelsey Mitchell has picked up all of the production slack now that Caitlin Clark is gone. And the energy, Ariel Powers is matching that same energy as Ari McDonald, Sophie Cunningham. That she got that same type of energy, and she is playing hustle ball and making things happen. Aliyah Boston played a great game last night. She showed why she's one of the best in the league. She showed her quickness, and she was making her shots. That's the biggest thing last night. Indiana was making their shots, and Atlanta was not. I believe Atlanta shot 37% as a team, while Indiana shot 42 and 42 from the floor and from three. So Indiana had their shots falling, their energy was there. They always play good defense. They always play good defense. And this time, when they made stops, they got the shots and the buckets on the other end. That's how they won this game. Everybody was contributing. Michaela Timpson was contributing. Shea Petty was contributing. Odyssey Sims was contributing. You get your obligatory three from Lexi Hull, and of course, like I said, Natasha Howard. Natasha Howard's got to get her props, because she doesn't get enough props for what she does. She is the cleanup crew, cleaning up all of the ugly stuff that gets missed in the paint. Now, granted, I don't want to see Natasha Howard shooting so many threes. That's just me. But what she does in the paint, you can't buy that. because ain't nobody else doing it. Nobody else is doing it. So if the Indiana Fever can continue that play going forward, they're getting into the second round, and they're going to be one of those teams that you don't want to come across. So we'll see what they're going to do. As far as the refs go, it is what it is. As an Indiana fan, some of that nonsense last night was horrible. Last night was our night to get the calls. But some of those calls against Atlanta were absolutely horrible. There were some really bad calls against Indiana too. But it's just bad refereeing, bad officiating across the league. That ain't nothing new, and it ain't going to change. So, but congratulations to the Indiana Fever. They got it done at home. Let's see if they can go back down to Atlanta and do it again.